But if you want bionic plants, and I do mean bigger and better than ever, this is the way you want to get them. It is called Spray and Grow. This is not a fertilizer. This is what we call vitamins for your plants. It has a foliar way of feeding the plants. You spray it right on their leaves and you get these incredible, beautiful plants. You're gonna see some amazing before and after pictures. And if you've been using Spray and Grow, which so many of you have for years and years and years, we'd love to hear your testimonial. We have the 16 ounce today at $19.95, the 32 ounce at $33.95, and the 120, I think we're sold out of the 128 ounce.
20 of them
left. No, we have 20 left. If you want the 128 ounce, $99.95, final quantities for the season in that. And we're gonna welcome in Carrie Mobley to bring us something that truly, if you plant anything, if you have a bush outside, if you have a hedge, if you have grass, this will make everything better.
Oh my gosh, more, bigger, better. That's exactly what it is. So I have to tell you, I mean, I'm a gardener. This is what I do for a living. There has been nothing that has changed my gardening the way Spray and Grow has. It's totally unique. There's nothing like it on the planet. And exactly like you said, it's not a fertilizer. It's vitamins for your plants. So what it is it's a way for you to treat your plants, give them vitamins that will make it more, bigger, better. It's really easy to use. Basically, what you do is you take 2 teaspoons of this because it is a concentrate. So in the smaller size, in the 16 ounce, it's gonna give you about 48 treatments to your plants. You use it about once every 2 weeks. For the 32 ounce, it's gonna give you about 96 treatments once every 2 weeks. So both of these are gonna last you the entire season and then beyond. You're gonna mix those 2 teaspoons in with some warm water. You know, any spray bottle that you have would work. Just rinse it out really well. And then you simply spray it on your plants.
And that is one way to do it, but the preferred way to do it is actually with a sprayer that they created just to do this. So we do have the sprayer that's available, and then you can mix it right in here, put this on your shoulder. And
save your fingers, right?
Right, and here's how it works. I love this so much. Are you ready? Because this is then all you do. It's so simple. I love this thing.
Me too, yes.
We have this in the gallon size. So I believe so, right? Oh, Dan, in the gallon size?
Yeah, and the quart.
2 dozen?
Yeah,
okay.
But we do have it in the quart as well.
We have in the quart size. I love the gallon size, but we only have a couple of dozen in those too. It's kind of getting to our end of our lawn and garden, although I know this is the time when a lot of you have just put everything in the ground.
And that's the thing. I mean, if you're looking around your own yard right now and you've planted some things and things are really starting to take off and you're like, man, this isn't giving me what I wanted. The reason Spray and Grow works so well is because of something called foliar feeding. Now, foliar feeding basically means that all of these little plants, just like your own skin, they have pores. And when you spray it right on the leaves, right on the flowers, right on the fruits and the vegetables, it's gonna soak into the stomata. The stomata are the little pores. And so what this is gonna give you is more, bigger, and better. And I love Spray and Grow because it's gonna give you results like you have never seen. We have had thousands of customers send in their pictures just because they want to be proud and show off what they have earned with Spray and Grow. So I always love to show these pictures. I like to start with this one because this is my favorite flower, and here in Florida we can't grow it.
I cannot grow a hydrangea.
Look how many hydrangeas.
Oh,
I mean, these are stunning.
Beautiful.
So fruits, vegetables.
Okay, now this is what's crazy.
Yes.
That's a basil leaf.
One.
That is one
basil leaf. Yes.
Look at her hand. That's crazy. It'd be like, oh, I'm gonna fix an entire caprese salad.
Yes.
Honey, could you just
for the family
pick 1 leaf of basil for me, please?
Exactly. So what you're gonna get with Spray and Grow is that more, bigger, better. Fruits, vegetables, flowers. And as I go through all of these, you can see a lot of our customers are like, wait, what does this really mean? Here is with Spray and Grow, here is without. The same seed
pack. That's what
pack.
it means.
That's what it means, exactly.
That's crazy.
You know, roses, I'm a rose gardener. They're really difficult to grow, but Spray and Grow will make the difference because those micronutrients are going to bring all of these plants, the fruits, the vegetables, the flowers.
Look at her
look
finger.
At the size of it, right?
That's a blueberry, in case you didn't recognize it in supersize form.
I have to tell you, you know, this right here, this is a potted plant with 1 plant.
So it probably started with the plant that was like a couple of bucks,
Yeah,
right?
that had like 2-3 flowers on it. And then you add the spray and grow difference, exactly. And as a gardener, again, I mean, you can water, you can fertilize, but without spray and grow, you are not bringing the plant to its full potential. And by the way, it's anything that's green and grows.
Okay,
Flowers,
so it could be
grass.
I can use it for indoor plants. I can use it outdoor plants. I can use it for hedges. I can use it for my fruits and vegetables, my garden. In fact, isn't this independently lab tested?
So it's basically scientifically proven, and it's been proven on so many plants. I mean, over 90 plants, and so we're talking all fruits and vegetables, flowers. But if you want to plant something and you're going to put an investment in it, wouldn't you rather get all of this rather than that one tiny little measly tomato that you have?
Right.
And again, I mean, I really like this as well because, again, one of our customers said, is it true or is this a gimmick? And so they buy 2 of the exact same thing. They do everything the same. This one has not been treated with spray and grow, and this one has. So like I said, if this is something that you have done, you've planted anything, and it's not giving you what you thought,
lilies. You know,
are they stunning?
Do the math. A stem, what a stem.
One
stem costs you in the grocery store when I go buy lilies, because they are so crazy expensive. Look at how awesome these are. I mean, it's jaw-dropping, as you could just hear.
Somebody's jaw just hit the floor out here.
How pretty is this? You can choose 16 ounce, 32 ounce. Do we have any left in the 128 ounce? Okay, we're counting those down. Final 10. It's our final quantities for the season. We have sold over 12,500 of these.
So 2 things that I also really want to point out. First of all, it's completely non-toxic. So that means that, you know, as she's mixing it here, it can get all over her hands. Even when she's spraying it, it can blow back in her face. This is non-toxic, so it's safe. It's safe around you, your kids, your pets, and it's guaranteed to the bottom of the bottle. You can use the entire bottle, whether it's 16 ounce, 32 ounce, or even that gigantic gallon, which will last you, by the way, years. If you use the whole thing, and it's not everything that I am promising you that it is, send it back. We will give you a full refund. And the reason we can do that is because it works. And it's as simple as spraying. Again, like we said, you can just use any household bottle that you want. It's a concentrate, right, Alice? So it's gonna last a really long time. You just mix it with warm water, and then about once every 2 weeks, I use it once a week.
Of course,
but that's because I'm obsessed with it.
If you want to, this is the way it's typically administered, because of the way it takes the spray and it just really disperses it so beautifully. So it just makes everything easy, and you get this really, really wide area of coverage too. So how often do I need to do this then? Boy,
Once every 2 weeks, but you can't hurt it. I know, see, and I think a lot of people who are even doing like simple gardening, even if you have just like a couple of potted plants,
right?
If you've invested a few dollars in that, I mean, why not take it to the next level and bring your plants to their full potential? So, you know, a lot of people like to have this beautiful area around their mailbox. Gardening is competitive. Can you imagine if this was your mailbox?
You mean with the neighbors?
Yes, yes, so you don't have to tell them, and people stop and take pictures at my house.
These are...
This is the size of her head. Look at this. Look at these sunflowers.
What is that movie, the Little Shop of Horrors, where the plants just grow
Come
away?
alive, right.
They're so huge.
So this is a plant. This is a bottle brush. We have a lot of these in Florida. This is at the beginning of the season. Every 2 weeks, they used spray and grow, and look what they got. Is this not stunning?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're going to do it...
It's almost 2 stories. I mean, it's huge. That looks like an arboretum. You know,
think
where
like a bed and breakfast.
Like a botanic gardens where you go in and it's been professionally done. That's what that looks like. This is just somebody's house.
And these are not expensive plants. I mean, a lot of these are just simple annuals that you can get for a couple dollars.
Things like that.
Exactly.
And you know, periwinkles are really cute until you make them, you know, like a blanket of them, and then they become really
stunning. Yes. Exactly. So one of our customers, and remember, we have been here on HSN for, my goodness, 20 years. So the founder, which is Bill Muskoff, he was a scientist, a chemist, but also a gardener, and he wanted to know how you go from itty bitty to this, and he discovered that micronutrients were the key. So you wouldn't believe our fans. This is actually You gotta love this. The person who was one of the top 5 finalists in the country for Good Morning America's Best Garden in America uses it. And she said, this has been part of my regimen for more than 20 years. And again, even with tomatoes, this is one stalk. You can't even count how many.
You'd have to have a really huge stake to stake up that tomato plant.
Good call, yes.
How many pounds of tomatoes do you think that is? And you know what, you pay for tomatoes in the store is one thing. I mean, they're ridiculously expensive. The worst part is they taste like nothing.
Nothing. You know why? They ripen them on a truck using gases on the way to the grocery store.
Are you kidding?
No, that is absolutely true. These, treated with SprayNGrow.
Ripened on the vine.
On the vine, but it also intensifies the sugar content. So your vegetables are sweeter, your fruits are sweeter. And again, anything that's green and grows. Here we have a nice hanging basket. These are begonias. They are not an expensive plant, but again, if you're gonna do it, do you want to have this?
Right.
Or do you want to have like 2 or 3?
What do they say? Go big or go home?
Go big, exactly. You know, look at this. Now, one of the main ways that I saw that SprayNGrow was working for me. I'm a fruit tree gardener. That's what I love most. So I have peach, nectarines, avocados.
Excuse me so much, but I'm so sorry, but we are now sold out of the gallon size, okay? If you want the, is it the 16 ounce it's gonna? Okay, I've got a couple of hundred left. If you want it in the 16-ounce size, that could go in this presentation as well. These are our final quantities for the entire season. Over 2/3 of our quantities sold out. So simple, so easy. Grab the sprayers while we have a few of them remaining.
Right,
okay,
if you have like a bigger yard, right?
Look,
or if you have some
I've got
shrubs.
little tomatoes here.
Yeah, they're gonna be, by tomorrow, they're gonna be exploding.
Well,
it takes a week, maybe a little bit less. But really, I mean, as a gardener of fruit trees, what I noticed was all of those fruit trees that I had, I was spraying them constantly with SprayNGrow. The grass underneath those fruit trees was more lush, it was richer in color, it was so healthy. And I realized, oh my gosh, when I'm done spraying everything, I'm spraying my grass, because we all have those areas that are just kind of blah.
So if I do this, I use fertilizer and then I also use my SprayNGrow.
But I'll tell you, I very rarely fertilize. I use SprayNGrow like it's going out of style.
I hear you, Carrie.
You're gonna love it.
So
my pleasure, my pleasure. Happy gardening, everybody.
Absolutely, 'tis the season. That's the fun part of the year, right? When you get to watch everything grow. And here's a great way that maybe if you wanted to get $10 off your next purchase, it could be on your SprayNGrow, it could be on the plants maybe that I have coming up next, is just apply for the HSN card, and once you're approved, you get $10 off your next purchase, which is such a nice thing, saving that extra $10, because we've got something special for you now.